It's about time I make a movie review about Licorice Pizza. I got to see the movie twice on Amazon Prime. I didn't go in person because I'm just comfortable of watching everything at home and I just don't want to be around people. So I was fortunate to see the movie on Amazon Prime, not once, but twice. And it's considered one of the best films of 2021. And here's what I have to say about Licorice Pizza. First off, the title, Licorice Pizza, and the trailer caught my attention. Paul Thomas Anderson is one of the best filmmakers working today. Movies like Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood, Magnolia, the list just goes on and on. I'm a fan of his work. PTA is no stranger to using toxic love or toxic relationships, dysfunctional love in his movies. He did it in Licorice Pizza, which in real life I would be like, ugh, because I just hate seeing toxic relationships, but it's a movie, it's an art, so I can live with that. The directing, cinematography, production design, costume design were all on point. This is PTA's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie, and it's a love letter to his memories growing up in the Valley in the 60s, 70s. I love seeing movies in a time frame where there were no cell phones, there were no social media, there was innocence in the world. So I wish, I'm a millennial, but sometimes I wish I grew up in that era, but God gave everyone a specific era and generation to live in. I love the color palette he uses in this movie, which it resonates, or I should say defines what that era of the 60s and 70s was like. The script was a bit strange for me. It felt episodic because the story was going all kinds of different places. The fact that a 15-year-old played by Cooper Hoffman, which is Philip Richard Seymour's son, trying to woo a 25-year-old played by Elena Haim, had me scratching my head a little bit, but not so extreme like so many people turning out to be. I know a lot of people are calling this film disgusting. Oh, she's a pedophile, she's this, she's that. Racial undertones, whatever. I heard everything. But in movies, shows, there's a lot of fantasy. So the way I look at it is that there was a lot of fantasy used in this movie, and this is by far PTA's most sweetest, most in some ways mature film compared to Boogie Nights. It was more of a mature film compared to Boogie Nights. But I like the movie a lot. It, like, all those things about Elena being pedophile or that it's weird, 10 years apart. Yes, it had me raising my eyebrows a bit, but it didn't overshadow my thoughts and feelings about how I feel about the film. If roles would have been reversed, obviously there would have been much more criticism. And yes, there was American Beauty in 1999 and Lost Translation in 2003. Again, that was the late 90s, early 2000s. It's not politically correct like the way it is today. So, but PTA, he did a good job in this movie. Cooper and Elena made their acting debuts in this movie, and they both held their own. So I see them having a bright future in the film industry. And oh yes, I can't forget Bradley Cooper. He stole every scene in this movie. It's something completely different than any other movie that I've seen him do. This is one of my favorite performances of Bradley Cooper. I liked him in American Sniper, American Hustle. Damn, I'm forgetting Nightmare Alley. There's more. Bradley Cooper, whether you love him or hate him, he is one of the best actors of his generation. And this particular role that he did in Licorice Pizza, made me like him even more to a high level. One of the things I like about Gary's character in this movie is that he's an actor, he's ambitious, he has his own business selling waterbeds, arcades. For his age, he's more mature compared to Elena, who's 25, who seems to be more immature. And Gary uses a lot of words that you have to look up in the dictionary. So that's some of the things that I like about Gary's character. And yeah, those are some of the things that I had to say about PTA and Licorice Pizza. I do recommend that you should watch this movie. It's on Amazon Prime, like I said. And you know, it's good to see a movie more than once because you can change your opinion about a certain scene or a certain character or about the movie itself. And you're always gonna catch on to things that you didn't catch on the first time. So I feel that it's good to see a movie more than once in that regard, especially if you're a huge film buff like myself. So I recommend it. Now it's time to give a grade for Licorice Pizza. I might shock a lot of you, I might not, or in between, but I give this movie a B. Now, from 1 through 5 stars, I would say a 4. Yeah, a 4. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe. And may God bless you all.